Hey, today we're going to do a floor workout, strength training. So we really don't have any cardio to do today. We're going to do lower back, abdominals, triceps, biceps, outer thigh, inner thigh, and glutes. Ha! Look at that. It's like a six for. So first thing we're going to do is the plank. Now, my new way to watch TikTok videos right now is planking. This is how I've kept myself down to under, let's see, a waste of 2 hours. Actually, I'm pretty sure 5 minutes, oh my God, is the longest I've done on this. So you're going to start out with anywhere from 10, 20, 30 seconds, set a timer, play a song, doesn't really matter. Right here is lower back and abdominals. Go up on one foot, go up on one foot. Really not a lot of movement in a plank. Actually, let me get a little up. I do rock side to side sometimes, not when I'm watching TikTok. All right, there's your plank. Come down out of your plank. A great exercise for your lower back is right on the floor. And lower back strengthening is super important. It helps with your abdominals help with your lower back. They work together, right? So, lower back is getting your upper body off the floor. So, you can do that just like this, really without getting any of a workout, but you got to lift your arms up to engage your lower back, right? So, right here. You can also do it lifting your legs in the air, one leg at a time. You can also do it with your hands out further, a little bit harder. Try to come up a little bit higher. Try to do both at the same time, but not in the beginning. Sometimes the thing with lower back is you won't feel the pain immediately. You won't feel it till later. So I always say less is more when it comes to lower back. Just get yourself going, especially if you're not doing any lower back exercises or lower back strengthening. So stay cool on that. Well, let's see. While we're here, let's do some upper body. Having your hands in a fist and working on your knuckles is definitely the better way to work because it puts less stress on your wrists. So we're going to do a series of modified push-ups. Further out is a little bit harder. So you want to get about shoulder width apart and have your hands down by your chest. Now, first modified is keeping your trunk on the floor. Just that. That's it. Modified. You probably won't even straighten out your arms. All right. Next modification is to come all the way up with your trunk off the floor and all the way back down. So your hips come up to your knees and your back down. The last one, modified, is just staying directly on your knees. So your push-ups come from your knees. So you don't have your full body. Now you want to try to keep your neck like the ruler from your head to your tailbone, right? You're not hanging your head and you're not cranking up. People have a tendency to crank up their head. Try to keep it even. Just look straight ahead. Now, with these, you can hold and lift. You can drop and hold halfway or just do a full press. Super easy to modify. Super easy to modify those. All right. Triceps. With triceps, the further out you go, the easier it is. So you're going to be on your palms for this one and your elbows right out to the side. Same thing. Just come up to your hips, all the way up and back down. Hips off the floor and back down. Hips off the floor. Hold, drop, hold. I have to bring mine in a little bit more. Or just right up on your knees, right here. Come down to the floor, halfway and hold, all the way up. Doesn't matter. Play around with it. Do it timed. Do it with music. All right, we're going to continue with triceps, flipping over, just to show you another one, because this one you can do on your knuckles. So your hands come in the back, put your hands back, and all you're going to do is drop back, straight arm, drop back, modified tricep. Want to make it a little bit harder? Get your butt up in the air, drop and lift. Now you don't have very far to go, so still modified as compared to doing it on a chair or on a bench. All right, there be your upper body. Next, we're moving to abdominals. So crunches are probably the most intense because they're the most concentrated in your abdominals. They're also the safest for your back compared to full sit-ups or V-ups or however you want to call it, where you're really coming all the way up off the floor. It also doesn't, your iliopsoas is engaged. That helps you when you're doing crunches or when you're doing sit-ups because this muscle kicks in right here to get you all the way up. the floor. All right, so in a full sit-up, which you can see I rarely do, you also pull in another muscle group. So I would say stay with the crunches. Upper body, upper abdominals, you're just lifting your upper body. So variety of ways here. Hands straight ahead, because all that weight is straight ahead. This is probably the easiest one to do. As you bring your hands back, it gets a little bit harder. If you have to hold your head, make sure your fingers are locked, because you're just supporting. You're not grabbing onto your head and yanking it forward. Elbows out to the side, and you're pretty much looking straight ahead. It's not that stare at the ceiling. Your eyes follow the movement, so you're looking straight ahead when you're doing crunches. If you want to bring in your lower abdominals, yay, just get your legs off the floor. So double leg, single leg, side to side. You can even do side to side on the ground. Reach on the ground, reach, 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 side, side, side. Bring a little bit of obliques in. If you want to go out with a little bit more intense of a lower body, you want to extend the length, right? So your leg is straight ahead. I don't know why I'm so off here. I can't even see my legs. Anyway, keep one leg on the ground and one leg out, and you can lift. Bring your knee up in the air. Make sure at this point you're pressing your lower back to the floor. So you think about yanking your belly button straight to the floor. So out, out. The bicycle. I try to not suggest doing a double because that yanks your back in the air. You have to be pretty advanced to do that to make sure your back stays flat. But it's a really good one. Another one, to isolate your lower abdominals, to get your feet straight up in the air or bent and lift. Bring your knees into your chest. There's a lower ab, just lower ab. A little bit harder, straighten them out. Just lower ab and go slow. You don't want much momentum for this. Now, if you want to make it even more intense on your lower abs, you're just looking to go straight up in the air. Straight up, straight up. You can see there's zero momentum, hopefully. You're not swinging, you're just pressing. So there's hardly any movement. Straight up. Glutes, straight up in the air. Drop and lift, and that's it. Get your legs together as far as you can. Cross over if you want to make it more difficult. Clean feet. Straight up. There you go. Side to side, side to side. Up and hold. Some of the strategies are pretty fun for this. If you go up as high as you can, squeeze your glutes, hold it, halfway up, halfway, and lift. And then a full range of motion. Full range of motion, stop and hold. Contract as long as you can, or for 5-second count. A 4 and a 2, that makes it a little bit harder, and that's a little bit more fun. Lower body, legs, right here, outer thigh. These have been around forever. I taught these suckers in the 80s, but they're still good. It's a good workout. At least you get some working with your body weight. You have some weight to work with here. Straight up in the air, good, easy, non-impact, right? Straight up, and you can do this reading a book, possibly. Yeah. Bring your leg in and straight up and sweep. Bring it in, straight up and sweep. Good for range of motion too. Lift and hold. Come down very slowly. When you work slowly, you have a lot more muscle burn. So because there's no momentum of something like this, a very slow lift can bring a lot better burn. Bring your inner thigh into it with your bottom leg. Now you can keep your upper leg still working and just work your lower. Stack them and lift. Or you can put your leg right back on the ground and just focus on your inner thigh. Leg out straight or leg bent up flat on your foot. Doesn't really matter. All right, there you go. So you got a nice floor workout in today. You can lay on the floor the whole time. How fun is that?